I'm just gonna say it since nobody else has the courage to. Social media ruined content creation. There it is. It's out there now. I can't take it back. But honestly, I don't even think I want to take it back. Because I stand by what I said. Social media ruined content creation. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it has not given people the jumpstart they needed for their careers. It hasn't given people who didn't have the fancy camera equipment and lighting and this, that, and the third, the fancy editing software. I'm not going to pretend like it didn't help those people. Because it absolutely did. And then many of them went and used the money that they got from the sponsorships and the partnerships that they got through short form to go and buy and replace the equipment and stuff like that. But the reason why I say short form social media ruined content creation is because the mentality of short form content has y'all thinking that if your video is only so long, then it's not good enough for YouTube. And you have to post it on TikTok or Instagram or wherever you post your short form content, or it has to go to YouTube Shorts. It's not good enough for Maine, right? But then that makes people think that if they're going to post a video on YouTube, they have to put more effort into it. They have to have the lighting, they have to have the music, and I don't blame people for putting music behind their videos because I do it in mine all the time. And music can kind of help you stay focused on video. But basically it has people thinking that people have to put so much more effort into YouTube than they do into short form. And maybe them calling it short form instead of vertical is part of the problem. Because short form automatically feels more casual than long form. And long form is typically where you put the YouTube videos, the podcasts, the blog posts, stuff like that. So now people think that they have to put all of this effort into YouTube because it's going on YouTube, because it's a longer video, because it can't be short. But y'all are forgetting YouTube's main motto. And I think YouTube is the only place where the original purpose of YouTube never actually went away. We just moved away from it. We kind of did it to ourselves. Yes, these platforms do play a role in how we feel about the type of content that we make, but we kind of did it to ourselves. Because what was YouTube's motto when it first dropped? Broadcast yourself. Part of the reason that these people had so much success on short form is because that's exactly what they were doing. They were just broadcasting themselves. That was YouTube's motto. Why can't we bring that back to YouTube? And I'm beginning to see so many more smaller creators pop up, and that's exactly what they're doing. The thumbnails aren't fancy anymore. I don't know if you guys noticed. On some of these videos, I'm not going to be doing so much on the thumbnails. Maybe for like planned sit-down videos, I'll do it. And I love a cute thumbnail, but they're just broadcasting themselves. They're just turning on the camera just like I did just now and just talking about whatever. This is what people mean, and I can't believe I was today years old figuring this out. It literally came to me while I was in the shower just now, like 30 minutes ago. This is what people mean when they say, you're taking this content thing way too seriously. Just turn on the camera and broadcast yourself. Here's another issue I'm seeing. All of those people who want to make money by teaching other people how to blow up on socials and on YouTube and stuff like that, they also did a number on us. Because I can't tell you how many times I have seen my camera is tilted a little bit. I cannot tell you how many times... Come on. Okay, there we go. I cannot tell you how many times I have seen one of those YouTube growth educators say, oh, make sure that your content is either entertaining, educational, or inspiring. And so people try and put effort into their content to make sure it's one of those three things. I don't think you guys realize that when you turn on the camera and you just start talking, your content will naturally fall into one of those three categories. That's the reason why they were able to create them in the first place. The reason why they were able to say your content needs to be either educational, entertaining, or inspiring is because they were already seeing content that was educational, entertaining, and inspiring before they started telling people that their content needed to be entertaining, educational, or inspiring. It was already there, meaning we didn't have to be taught how to do it. We just did it. This video right here, I can already tell is going to be all three. Because I'm teaching y'all something. I'm entertaining when I speak. I'm a Leo. Can't help it. And I'm also inspiring y'all to pick up your camera and start yapping. The way you yap in a group chat, the way you yap on close friends, the way you yap on your private story on Snapchat, pick up the camera and start yapping. You ain't gotta yap about everything if you don't want to, but pick up the camera and start yapping. And I also have an issue with these YouTube educators that try to teach people how to become successful content creators, because the most successful content creators, it's like nobody can ever figure out what they did. Everybody has their idea on what the strategies are to grow on social media. And you always find that the most successful content creators, it's like you can try and attribute things, you know, like you can say, oh, they had a call to action. They didn't. Oh, their thumbnail's engaging. They're just holding a product. Oh, this, that, and the third. No, there's something else about this creator. Well, it's because of the secret sauce I'm about to give y'all right now. I did not learn this from anybody. I was just thinking about all of this in the shower and while I was having breakfast. Too many content creators are trying to teach y'all how to grow so you can get brand deals instead of how to grow by talking to people. They're teaching you how to become content creators for brands instead of content creators for people, right? Because how are the content creators who have the success that they're having, right? How did they start out? Broadcasting themselves. Just talking to people. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. You know the way you do in your bathroom mirror? I see you. I see you talking to yourself in your bathroom mirror like you're on Vogue's Get Unready With Me. Pick up the camera and start yapping. Alright, I'm gonna stop yelling at y'all. But anyway, think of creators like, you know, Champagne Becca, Monet McMichael. Champagne Becca does more skits, but she does also like talk to us. Monet McMichael. There's a girl, an Asian girl on TikTok. I think her name is Ariana Din. I don't remember her name, but she also does that. She's like always in glasses and her makeup looks fantastic. Those three girls, those three women, they just pick up the camera and start talking. People start watching them because they're entertaining. Because they're just talking to us. That's what people want to see when they're on social media. That's what people want to see when they're on YouTube. People just talking and not feeling stressed. I don't think people realize that you can sense someone's stress and need to be perfect through the camera. You can sense it. And I think that's the reason why so many of us like sometimes feel like we don't vibe with a certain creator anymore, or why we unsubscribe and then we come back later, either when they've had a break, or they've like gotten rid of some of that stress from their camera presence, and you go back to watching their videos and you're like, I don't remember why I unsubscribed from this creator. You were probably sensing the change in their energy when they came on camera. So I don't think people realize that you can sense somebody's energy. It's not just an in-person thing. You can also sense it through the screen, that they're trying to be perfect, and that's why y'all are not connecting. And that's also the reason why you feel like you can't explain it. It's an energy thing. You can't explain it. But those three women, they don't do that. They just talk. And their thing is, if you like it, you're going to stay. If you don't, you're going to leave. Either way, I don't care. I could not care less because I'm still going to keep posting. They are so free. They are so unfettered by the shackles of content creation perfectionism. And I hear that perfectionism comes from, but that's a conversation for somebody else's video. I don't want to talk about that because it makes me mad as an ADHDer. It's after they garner the audience from just picking up the camera and yapping. That's when the brands come and they're like, hey, you have amazing audience and engagement. Can you promote our product or our service to your audience? And they're like, yeah, if they vibe with it. Hopefully they're only promoting products that they vibe with. And I'm not just talking about those three women, I'm talking about content creators in general. Nobody should be promoting anything to their audience that they don't genuinely vibe with. So if you ever see anything from me, just know I vibe with it heavy. And I've been vibing, okay? Just putting that out there. So the broadcasting themselves came first. Then the brand deals started showing up. But what many YouTube growth educators are prepping y'all for is to attract brands, which is fine, but you're not really gonna get the audience. If anything, that's gonna set you up to become a really good UGC creator, where you just make the content and send to the brands to post on their own platforms. But if you want to grow your own audience, you have to appeal to people, not the brands. Because the brand is like, yeah, brands are like big groups of people, but the brand is kind of like this abstract entity. Whereas people are real human beings. Even though they're from a screen, they're real human beings. So if you really want to get back to, like, if you really want to grow, you gotta just pick up the camera and start talking. That's literally it. Literally talk about anything. And don't think that your video is, you know, too short for YouTube. Do y'all remember when vlogs used to be like 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes? I've seen 6 and 5 minute vlogs. YouTube was the original video creation platform before Vine dropped and before Instagram popped up and Musical.ly popped up, and then they turned it to TikTok, and then people started posting vlogs on Instagram and TikTok. They're to keep up with YouTube, the OG. And what was the OG's motto? Broadcast yourself. So what do you have to do to grow on social media, to grow on YouTube? Broadcast yourself. And even though it feels like people have moved away from that mentality, you can still kind of see it woven in the fabric of YouTube. That's the message that everybody's trying to get across on social media and on TikTok. And I know that some of them feel like they're not really getting their words across the way that they want to. That's what it is. That's what it is. Go back to YouTube's original motto. Broadcast yourself. You can do this on Instagram too. You can do this on TikTok too. And I know that TikTok's full of TikTok shop ads, and so if you don't want to be on that platform anymore, I don't blame you. I came off of that platform ages ago. The only reason I'm still on it is because there are certain creators that I follow, and it just feels like too much of a hassle to go and find them everywhere else. If I'm really interested in their content, if I'm following, you know, other people that also follow them, they will show up on my feed eventually. I'm not worried about it. Instagram can feel like things are way too stuffy and pretentious and aesthetic over there. But I promise you, people are looking for the realness, right? Make sure your camera lens isn't blurry, and make sure, like, clean it off, make sure it's not dirty, and make sure you have like decent lighting. So like stand in front of a window or stand, you know, near a light in your house or something. But if we really want to like bring that back, we have to do it. We have to stop waiting for somebody else to do it. We have to just broadcast ourselves. Just pick up the camera and start talking. I promise you that people are genuinely looking for that realness. I know that, you know, Instagram and TikTok, they can push certain types of content, but people are genuinely looking for that realness. Just keep posting and you'll start to see people be like, hey, I like this creator. She just talks. And if you're looking for a platform that's much more rewarding to creators than social media, check out YouTube. And yeah, post your little 2, 3, 4 minute, you know, videos on YouTube. It's okay. Your vlogs do not need to be 20 minutes long to be valuable. You know, I know YouTube got people thinking that they have to be long in order to be valuable, in order for people to bother watching them, because, you know, short form is for the other platforms. So if you want to deviate people from YouTube, because I know there was a bit of time where people just weren't really watching YouTube a whole lot because they were all on TikTok. So I know it feels like, oh, well, if you want me to come back to YouTube, you better give me something good to watch. Promise you, the shorter length videos can still prevail on YouTube. Some people just have long vlogs because they have a lot going on with their day or because they talk a lot, but it doesn't mean that, like, if you have nothing going on and your vlogs are super short, that they're not valuable. It's 4-minute vlogs out here with 1 million views. Post the content. Broadcast yourself. Okay. Mwah. Love you. Bye.